was like, I actually think it's more compelling.
Right. It's a really good hook. This is why you're giving it away.
Right. It answers the reason why.
Yeah.
And so the crazy thing is that truth is, in my opinion, always the best marketing. It's just that we have these egos or the shame around whatever the thing is that we messed up. Like my best gym did $600,000 a year. My best gym out of 6. But the average gym in gym owners did $600,000 a year, average. Oh. And so many of the top gym owners made more money than my top gyms. And so if I hid that fact, then it would be like, oh, I have to pretend like my gyms did more, and then I'd feel like a fraud. But I told all of them, I was like, well, I hope you guys do better than me. I was like, because I didn't have me. I gave you all the stuff that I knew to get to here. That's your starting point. Now I'm going to use everything I learned from this community to help everybody get past that. That's exactly what we did. Was we just looked at the whole community. I found out, okay, because I was really good at filling gyms up. I had industry average churn. I wasn't good at keeping members. We had 10% churn, which is normal in the gym space. And so, but I could fill them up in a month. And so that was what I said. I was like, I can fill these up and I can help you fill it up. And then I talked to all the gyms that had really, really low churn. I said, what are you guys doing? And I made this master list, and then I consolidated everything down. And it was like, oh, these 5 things, if you do these things, you can reduce churn by 2/3. And so then I had 10 gyms reduce it by 2/3 using those 5 things, and then said, hey guys, we did these 5 things in these 10 gyms, and it reduced churn by 2/3 here. And so if you just state the facts and tell the truth, then you never have this whole imposter syndrome thing. And I think that beginners especially are prone to it because they think they need to be an authority. But you don't be an authority by telling people what to do. You become an authority by having proof that you have done what you claim. And then people will automatically elevate you. I don't need to say I'm an authority. I just say, like, I sold my business for this. This is the revenue that it did. This is the profit. This is the stuff that we own right now. People are like, and then if I say, so this is what I'm thinking about with communities and whatever, people would probably take that as an authoritative stance. They'll make their own decision about whether you're an authority. And the proof gives you the evidence that you have what you say you have. Yeah. And I think that's the big thing. And so if you are a beginner, just focus on the proof over everything, which is just help people for free. And when I say help people, it doesn't mean go make content. I mean, go do client services, do full stack service. Of whatever it is that you plan to ultimately sell, the highest version of whatever you want to do, the hands-on, the one-on-one, do it with 30 people. And the thing is that you're going to learn more from those 30 people. You're going to get more from them than they're going to get from you. And once you have that, you get 2 things. One is you're going to get proof. And second is you're going to get good. And then from there, and if you have proof and you're good, you have a far higher likelihood of making money than if you have no proof and you are no good. Yeah. And so that's fundamentally how I think about it. And I have done the free thing with every single business I've ever started at all levels, including now. Everything that we do free first, just because we want to get the kinks out, because I have a reputation. And so I want to make sure that it's really, really good before I ever charge anyone for it. And that way, again, when you are on your 31st person and you decide this is the person I'm going to charge, you say, hey, I took on 30 people. These are the first ones I took on. I didn't do as well with them. These are the second ones. Look at the improvement. And this is the last 10. And so these guys on average did this. You can see the data. And if that's interesting to you, I can do the same process. That's a pretty compelling pitch. And there's no lie. Yeah. And so I think that I have leaned so hard in my sales life and marketing life on selling with logic. And which is very counter the whole internet marketing world of like emotions and triggers and like whatever. And I don't even know if I believe any of it, to be honest with you. I think people are pretty intelligent. And I think that I would just put all of my emphasis on proof, which is why I was so stoked when we just got the recent stat for Skool games, which is more than 1 out of 2 people who have a paid community make money. Like, wow. You're familiar in the biz op world, like for any kind of new thing for beginners, like that's an absurd statistic.
It's absolutely. I think on average, even in good courses, it's less than 10%.
They don't even know. Yeah, it's not even.
And
close.
most don't even measure it. To be honest, I love that you measure it.
No, because I know, and so I know this from the brick and mortar world, from the franchise world. Everything comes down to unit economics, which means how much does the franchisee make? How much does the one store that you have 100 stores fine? How much does that one guy make? You can have the worst franchise model in the entire world, but if your franchisee makes money, you'll be able to weather the storm. You'll be able to figure it out. If you have the best franchise model in the entire world, but your franchisee doesn't make money, it doesn't matter. And so fundamentally, we can adjust the monetization vehicle. We can do pricing things and all that stuff. But as long as people on Skool make money, we're good. And that's what I see as our future insurance. Like, how do we make sure the future happens is make sure that everybody succeeds.
How can you help the people that kind of, because I see it in the community, right? That there's some people kind of coming in and they're like, I just joined and I have no idea what to do. And then you try to send them to some post and it's like, I'm still overwhelmed. And then they would have to, work on their community and on their value for like 3 months, 6 months. Is there just a certain percentage of people that will inevitably drop out because they don't understand this? Or is there something you can give them to understand that that's the progression that they kind of have to go down?